From this video, we will start working with Docker. But before going to any hands-on experience, let us try to understand the Docker architecture in very brief. In this 101 level course, we are not going to learn the Docker architecture in very detail. Rather, we will try to understand its major components and we will try to understand the architecture from a very high level. So, whenever you install Docker, it comes with three different components. First, a Docker client. Second, a Docker host, which is the core component of Docker. And the third one is Docker Registry. So Docker client basically helps the user to interact with other Docker components, that is host or Docker registry. Docker client provides a command line interface or some remote application program interfaces also to run and stop Docker application, upload or download Docker images to Docker Hub, etc. The next one is the major component, the Docker host, which is the core component of Docker. It provides the complete environment to execute and run your Docker application. It comprises of Docker daemon, Docker images, and Docker containers, along with the networks and storages required for the virtualization. So, what is Docker daemon? Docker daemon is a process which runs in the background and listens to the client request and manages the Docker objects, other Docker objects such as images and containers. So what is Docker image? Docker image is basically a read-only templates of the operating system that you want to build using the Docker APIs or commands. So a Docker image basically have three different things inside. First, the application that you want to package or containerize. Second, the operating system and the dependencies required to run your packaged application successfully. And third, the commands that you want to execute when launching the image. So, what is a Docker container? Docker container, for easy understanding, you can think of Docker container is just an image in action. A Docker image in action. It contains the runtime environment when an image is launched. That is, it starts running or executing. So that is about the Docker host part. The third component is Docker registry. This is basically a storage for existing Docker images. There are several Docker registry possible. You can make your own Docker registry also, but Docker Hub is the most popular and is a public registry that anyone can utilize. And Docker is configured to use images on Docker Hub by default. That is, Docker provides the easily usable command to Docker client so that you can upload and download the images from Docker Hub. And you can run your own registry on it. So that is about the broad architectural overview of Docker, which is sufficient for this 101 level course.